Now carp care is obviously vitally important, and all too often I see anglers that don't really know how to care for the catch once it's on the bank. So today I'm going to go with you some do's and don'ts, and I've had a fish early hours this morning which is safely secured in the sack, so let's get him on the bank and have a closer look at him. Okay, well I caught the fish a short while ago and I just retained him in the sack just while we get the camera equipment set up. Now you notice I've got the sack staked out here, the stake's well and truly in the ground, that's not moving at all. And I've waded out, short way from the bank, into a decent depth of water. Where I'm stood here, the water drops down quite deep. You can see I've got a long extension cord on the sack, so the fish is nicely retained in the deeper water. So we'll bring him up a bit. Whew, water's cold. Okay. And before you lift the sack out of the water, you need to make sure the fish is laid nice and flat along the bottom. And all his fins are flat and tucked into his body, so that no damage can come to his fins. Now the beauty of this sack, it's got a small H-block style marker float attached to it, so you can see where the sack is at all times. You know whereabouts the fish is in the water. Right, let's have a closer look at this fish. Just unclip the extension cord. As I say, double check all his fins are flat, tucked in tight to his body. All flat, so they don't get bent or damaged. Okay, so he's fine. Now I've brought the unhooking mat very close to the water's edge. I'm not carrying the fish a great distance away to where I'm photographing it. I brought the unhooking mat right to the water's edge. And now he's ready, we can just take the unhooking mat over to where we're going to do the photos. Okay, I brought the fish in the unhooking mat over to where we're going to be doing the photographs. And before we start handling the fish, it's important to take off any jewellery, any watches, anything that could perhaps scratch a fish or lift any scales. And also you notice I've got a bucket of water right next to the unhooking mat, so we can keep the fish wet at all times. Right, let's have a closer look at him. Now on this sack it's got a clip. It clips onto the zip, so the zip can't open, the fish isn't going to escape. So we need to undo the clip, unzip that. There he is. Now when it comes to picking the fish up, I see a lot of people sort of juggling around, they've got hands here, look like Edward Scissorhands, trying to get their hands around it. Easiest way to do it is have it so the fish's belly is facing away from you, and then slide your hands underneath the side of the fish, almost like a forklift, underneath, and then pick him up like that. And you've got a good hold of him. He's going to be a lively little fella, this one. You've got a good hold of him, and if he does start to wiggle like he's doing now, just tip the fish back over in your arms like that. And he can't go anywhere, then he's not going to fall forward, he's not going to fall, he's just going to roll back in your arms. And there you go. Right, I think we'll do a few photos of this one and get him put straight back. Right, well we've taken a few quick photos, so it's time to get the fish back in the water. So we'll carry him back in the unhooking mat. Right. Right, well we've carried the fish back to the water's edge. Well, the water's quite shallow here in the margin, so I've still got my waders on. So I'm going to wade out a short way into a decent depth of water and let him go that way. Right. Okay, now I've waded out into a nice depth of water here. And the easiest way to return them is these unlucky mats. You unzip at the sides. So unzip that and then just glide them away.